Hey everybody, welcome to our pre-market show. It is Thursday, the 9th of October, and it is our 8th year anniversary on YouTube, and we're happy to celebrate it with you. We're going to be covering the government shutdown, looking at this monstrous rally in gold, answering your questions. Also, we got a prize giveaway, $5,000 in account going to some lucky viewer. You don't want to miss this. Let's get over to the show. All right, we are celebrating our 8th year anniversary right there. You can see we have been on YouTube since the 9th of October, 2017. And we thank you all for being right there with us during this journey on YouTube. It's been a long journey. We've had over 200 videos that we've done, over 550,000 views. And it's definitely been one of those journeys where you want to celebrate the milestones. And today that milestone has been reached, and we're very excited to be able to announce 8 years and counting. We're still going. We got another 8 years left to go on YouTube. So yeah, thank you for your support over the last few years. And through that, we've gone through COVID, we've gone through interviews with some of the best traders that we've come across, and we've also done our best to try and share the things that we've learned, some of the mistakes that we've made, hopefully can help you to navigate through your trading journey as well. So in terms of the schedule for today, or what we're planning to do for today, we do want to have a look at gold. Gold has been one of those assets that have been somewhat under the radar for most, I think, but we've been covering gold. If you look back on our videos back in August, we were talking about gold as a potential mover and shaker, and it's just done just that, really. We got some questions from our viewers on gold as well, and it's just kept going and going and going non-stop. I know a lot of people are considering shorting gold here. I think that is definitely the contrarian view and opposite to the public or the consensus. But we were flagging gold down here on our Friday, August 22nd show as a possible mover and shaker. And we were looking for it to exit sort of above these previous highs that we had seen back in early 2025, so April and May. It had knocked its head around 3,400, just above 3,400. And we got this monstrous move, just incredible strength in gold, hitting 4,000, I believe it was yesterday, for the first time ever. So anybody who is holding gold, I mean, there are different ways to play it. So we look at gold miners. That's also been doing extremely well. So this is a ETF, gold miner ETF. This is another gold miner ETF doing phenomenally well. And then you have things like physical gold trusts. So these were gold miner ETFs. This is a physical gold ETF, also doing extremely well. This is another physical gold listed by SP or Spiders. So this is how I would look at playing gold. I mean, it could be late in the run here. We could be coming towards a pause, potentially, maybe a little bit of a consolidation or some profit taking potentially. But if you haven't gotten into gold and you're looking for ways to do so, GLD is a really good way to play it. A lot of liquidity, and it's up this year. It's up since January. It's up over 50%, which is a lot more than most most can say. I think if we compare that to something like the S&P 500, S&P is up about 14%, Nas is up 19%. So just being able to say, you know, you have a bit of a hedge or some sort of protection to your portfolio. And it's great when your hedge is actually up 50%. That's a great hedge to have. Usually your hedge is going to cost you money. But if it works out where you've got this gold insurance and it's paying you very well, I think that's definitely a win-win situation. But yeah, we've been watching gold for quite a while. And what I'll do is I'll pop the video from our August show. I'll pop it in the top right, so you should be able to see that. I'm going to point that way and just say, look up the top right if you're watching the replay to this video. We'll cover some of gold. What else has been moving? Because I know a lot of people feel like gold is too far gone. They're not interested anymore. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on. We could still see another push higher in gold. There have been some revised upside targets from a few. I think Goldman Sachs came out with a target for 2026 for gold to be above 5,000 by 2027. I meant to say. Just looking at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin hit an all-time high back on Monday, and Bitcoin's it's kind of starting to move back up again. We got a bit of profit taking here off the back of that all-time high. So once we hit that all-time high on Monday, sort of afternoon New York, so afternoon in the New York session, it cooled off a little bit. Did one more little look above the previous all-time high, and then we saw some serious profit taking there. So probably a lot of people trying to chase and getting a little bit having to get out very quickly here. But we've seen what looks to be two lows. So one was hit on Tuesday afternoon in the afternoon session for New York, and then we've just gotten one pretty much overnight tonight. Looks like it's kind of carved out a bit of a low here. So let's see how we move forward today. Not a whole lot of news today. I think there's the 30-year bond auction a little bit later. I also believe right now we have Fed Chair Powell, who is providing some pre-recorded opening speech to a community bank conference. So I don't think that's going to really move markets much. So yeah, very quiet. A lot of headlines also about the government shutdown. So everybody's talking about the government shutdown and how impactful it has been. But in terms of the financial markets, I think gold is probably the only one that is kind of reacting possibly to the shutdown, or reacting as expected. Let's put it that way, reacting as expected. If we look at the S&P 500, which is what we like to focus on most, S&P 500 is, let's go here, I guess. So yeah, this would have been yesterday here. So let's make a little box. So as of yesterday, it was up again. This here is an all-time high. So we reached an all-time high yesterday. The government shutdown basically has not negatively impacted the S&P 500 as most people would have probably thought that would be the case. It has not done that at all. If anything, the stock market and S&P in particular has shot up, has continued to increase in value. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this prize giveaway, because we do have a prize giveaway that we will be giving out to everyone, and I'm gonna actually pop that in the live chat so you can have it. There's the live giveaway in the live chat for you to see, and feel free to post in the live chat. So if you go there to that, there we go. So if you go there, what we're going to do is ask you to fill out a form now. So we've tried asking you for things. So this is a new way to get you to enter into the prize giveaway. So what we're going to do is right there, if you have a phone and if you can take a picture of that right there, that bad boy, that'll take you to a Google form. And what we're going to ask you to do is put your name, put your email address. If you do have an Instagram or X or Twitter, pop that in there as well. And also let us know your YouTube name so we can make sure that you are entered for a $5,000 account with your name on it. And you will have the keys to a $5,000 account. So if you're watching this live and you can have access to the live chat, I popped the link in there, and it's also, I keep doing it that way. There we go. It's also right there, but you're gonna need another device to take a picture of that. So it's probably easier if you can navigate it on the in the live chat. So let's see who's in today. We have a great group of people. Divine Miracle, welcome. You were the first person here. So Divine Miracle says, I hope I win $5,000. Well, I'm gonna just say I hope somebody wins the $5,000. We have SP King, and I always wondered if that was to do with the S&P, if SP King is the king of the S&P 500. I would think so. We also have Silent Mind. Welcome back, Silent Mind. Hopefully you're doing well. Everything's going well. Welcome back from the cashier. Cashier is reporting for duty. Andrew is in the office, present and correct, sir. So Andrew will be joining us tomorrow for tomorrow's show. We'll be ready to do this all again tomorrow. We'll be giving away another $5,000 account on tomorrow's show. We have Coco Trade, who is also ready to participate. And let's make sure you get let's make sure you get all your forms in. We're going to do the draw in about 10 minutes. So you have 10 minutes to do the draw for a $5,000 account. And so far, let's see who we have so far. So far, we have only 3 people that have entered. We have SP King. We have, looks like Benjamin. Yeah, SP King, Divine Miracle, and King F. So only 3 entries so far. So if you wanted to try and have a chance and an opportunity to win a $5,000 account, please take this opportunity to enter right now. Enter with the form. So the form is in the live chat to this video. Okay, so far SP King, Divine Miracle, and King F. I'm having some difficulties with my. Here we go. All right, we also got a comment here from Asha Ludwig saying, "Good morning. Good morning to you, Asha. How you doing? How you doing this morning? What's going on? Let us know what you're watching today. Let us know if you've maybe done any trades this week that you want to share with us, and we can have a look at what you might be trading today. So this is the lineup for today so far with the live giveaway. So we have SP King, Divine Miracle, and King F. So if you'd like to participate, just pop your name, click on the link in the live chat, or the link right above my head. Open up your phone camera, and then you'll be able to enter. All right. Anybody want us to look at anything in particular? Anything in particular that you've been keeping your mind on? In the meantime, looks like we have Martin Lawrence. Block Wire Updates is also here. And yeah, Starboy as well. Starboy, I did miss you earlier, Starboy. I do apologize. Starboy looks like Starboy was the first person in the live chat today. All right. So not a whole lot of not a whole lot of activity happening in markets today. So what we're going to do is we're going to be back in a few minutes. We'll take a quick break, give you all a little bit of opportunity to fill out that form for the $5,000 account, and we'll speak to you on the other side of this break. Talk to you soon. All right, welcome back to the pre-market show. We are live and we are ready to answer your questions and to take anything that's on your mind today. I had a question for the live chat actually, and that is if you were to trade for the rest of the year, do you think that we would see things like gold, S&P 500 and Bitcoin moving higher into the end of the year, or do you think that they would probably go lower? So I guess it's a higher or lower question, and feel free to post in the live chat. It's just a general poll. I think the consensus, most people that I speak to, they've said that they think there's going to be a Santa Claus rally, and that tends to be the case into year end. My question is, do you think there will be a Santa Claus rally where things kind of melt up into the end of 2025? So let us know, post in the live chat to this video, and it'll be very interesting to see how people think. And so I would say the assets that we would focus on mainly are, let's say, NASDAQ, S&P, Bitcoin, and gold. So let's see what you think. All right, chat and charts. We got a few minutes here before we do the giveaway for the prizes. So just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, take a picture of that bad boy there, or go into the live chat and click on the Google Forms, pop your name, and you'll be entered to win a $5,000 account. And that account is courtesy of City Traders Imperium, funding traders since 2018. So if you want a $5,000 account, fill out the Google form in the live chat. All right, before we actually do that, let's have a quick look at the trade journal. So the trade journal for today is for October, and we've done a pretty decent last few days here in October. We like to try and whoa, okay, I have too many images here. We try to do our best to assess ourselves on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and I think that's how you improve. If you're able to look back, and this also I think is tied into the whole journaling and things like that. If you're able to take some time to step back and review your performance, then you're setting up yourself for success. So we're using TradeZella as a tool. It's automatically synced up to our account. So every trade that we take, win, lose, draw, it's going to be recorded in our dashboard. So if we have a look at this now, we can see our trade win. So out of all the trades that we've taken, 58% have been winners. The profit factor is taking all of the profits made minus the expenses incurred. So we have a 3.22% profit factor. So the way I think about that is we win $3.22 for every dollar that we lose. Daily win, so 83% of the days this month we've won. And then our average win divided by our average our loss per trade is 2.26. So for every winning trade, it's an average of $400. Every losing trade is an average of $181. And this is just since October 1st. So we're only a few days in, only nine calendar days in at the moment. So it's good to kind of keep track of this stuff. I know some people prefer to use the old-fashioned pen and paper, writing down how they've performed and things like that. But however you do it, I think the main thing is that you're actually doing it. So we use the platform TradeZella for that. But if you're trading with City Traders Imperium, for example, they also provide a really helpful and really handy dashboard where you can keep track of your performance, your wins, your losses, what days of the week. This was something Andrew was sending to me. What days of the week do you trade best? What days of the week do you trade worse? And trying to minimize the days that you trade poorly or not quite as well. I think that's also very important when it comes to improving your trading. All right, so we talked a bit about the charts. Let's have a look at S&P 500 going into the open. We're going to give that prize away in about 7 minutes. So this is the last call to fill out the Google Forms in the live chat. Or right there, if you're able to take a snapshot of that one, that should also take you there as well. S&P 500, just pausing here, we looked at it on the last few days. It's pausing a bit here. We had a fairly strong day yesterday, specifically in the morning session. So New York, the first 2 hours of trading, let's say, first 2 to 3 hours of trading were very strong yesterday. So overnight, we've kind of got stuck in a bit of a range here. A few things to think about. The lack of a government. So we're not getting a lot of the data that we sometimes will get. We do have a few announcements that are coming up as well. So if we're looking at the economic calendar, we're supposed to get the CPI inflation coming out next week on the 15th of October. And I think that's subject to markets, government reopening. And then we also have bank earnings starting off next week as well. OPEX is next week Friday, so be careful trading next week, particularly the latter half of next week, because options expirations tend to be very choppy. And then lastly, I guess for October, we have the Fed Day. So Federal Reserve is coming out on the 29th of October. So that could also be a catalyst that shakes things up for us. But today, right now, a bit of a sticky situation, not really moving much at all. As we prepare for the open in about just over 35 minutes. So that's S&P. We talked a bit about Bitcoin already. We can have a look at let's have a look at one thing that has not been getting any love at all. And I don't think anybody's looking at oil here. We did get some headlines overnight from President Trump's Truth Social account that there has been some progress with the Israel and Hamas deal, and Middle East tends to move oil. So looking at crude oil here, just something to be aware of. I think, it's not had a good year overall. It's just been kind of stuck in a range when everything else is bumping and moving. Oil's kind of just sitting there. So until proven otherwise, I think this is something to just keep on the radar, keep an eye out. It's definitely not something like gold, which has been new all-time highs and record consecutive winning days back to back. but definitely something that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. I like to look at things that nobody else cares about yet. Stuff that's on the back page or the buried underneath all of the headlines of the shiny and the flashy stuff. Because this is the stuff that is going to eventually, in the next 6 months to a year, something's going to happen, and nobody's going to be prepared for it. The last one was we had a look at the Chinese markets. And this was actually raised by one of the members in our live chat. So if we have a look here at Hang Seng, it's moving nicely here. So this is another one. Not your AI name. You know, we're not trying to tell you what you already know about OpenAI and NVIDIA and AMD. We're looking for things. We're looking for diamonds in the rough. So different ways that you can get exposure to the Chinese markets. There's a few ETFs. So FXI is a popular one. KWeb is, I believe it's the tech. Yeah, it's the China internet names. And that's done well also. You could also look at individual names. So we have Alibaba, for example, having a really good run the last few weeks. Same with Baidu. I kind of think of Baidu like one of the best search engines over there in China. Different ways to play it, but definitely something to be aware of if you are looking for the next big thing, not something that's already in the headlines, but the thing that will eventually become a very good position. All right. We got some comments in the live chat here. Looks like Asha was saying, yesterday I sold Rigetti coal option at almost 100%. Very well done. Very, very well done, Asha. I'm going to pull up the chart. That's an excellent trade. 100% is not, that's not a normal return. Out of curiosity, can you let us know how long have you been holding on to that? Looks like it's just been pumping. This is a weekly chart. So excellently done. Excellent work. Yeah, just out of curiosity, when did you get in? I think that would be good to know, but it's definitely performed very well. This is one of the quantum names. Quantum names have been doing well. Yesterday, not so much, but overall, I think they have been getting quite a lot of love. So great trade, and congratulations. You got to celebrate your wins, Asha. Asha's also saying, I really hope that there'll be a Santa Claus rally. Well, jingle bells, jingle all the way. We'll have to see if we do get that Santa Claus rally in the next few weeks. I guess as we get closer to Halloween and then it's Thanksgiving, the Black Friday stuff. That's when you know it's just around the corner. But I think like right now is a good time. Just like we were looking at gold before it popped off. I think right now is a very good time to kind of focus your mind a little bit on what do you think is going to perform best into the end of the year. So that's something that we're going to be looking at as well in the next few shows. Probably tomorrow we'll be on again with Andrew, and we'll probably talk a little bit about what are we looking at as we prepare for end of year positioning and end of year performance. I think those are very, very important things to consider. Okay, let's have a look at the live chat again. So Starboy, Divine Miracle, SP, King, Andrew's in there. The cashier is counting the cash, letting it stack up. King F is also there. We have a question here. Where is it? To gold lower, BTC higher. That's from Andrew. So Andrew sees some profit taking in gold, and maybe those profits will be rolled into long Bitcoin positions. Middle East peace may move money from safe havens into more riskier assets. That's actually a very big possibility. That was Andrew as well. we're looking at SP King. So SP King says, when scaling up, how do you stop yourself from changing your strategy just because the account is bigger? That's a very good question. So scaling up is something that I'm actually in the process of doing. And I think the rate of your scaling up is the key. So if you're able to scale up at a rate where you don't notice it as much, then it becomes almost second nature. So the way I think about it personally is it's like going to the gym and you know what your, I guess, your max weight is for that certain exercise or for that particular muscle. So scaling up is like upping the weight. So putting an extra plate on or putting an extra few pounds on that weight before you do those exercises. And if you go too far, or too far too fast, then you're gonna hurt something. You're gonna break something. You're gonna feel it the next day and the following days. So I think it's all about being prepared and knowing that the process is the same, the strategy is the same. It's the sizing that you're changing. So yeah, I think you need to have that trust in your strategy to just keep it's for me, it's the repetition. So everything's still the same, but instead of 1, I'm getting 2, or instead of 5, I'm getting 7, or instead of 10, I'm getting 12. But I'm not changing the process because the strategy is what got me here in the first place. The strategy is what made me consistent. And that's what I think the most important thing to remember is, how did you get to this point so that you can scale up? It's because of the strategy. So being very disciplined, and also with your stops as well. When you're calculating your stop losses, as you scale up, your stop loss is invariably, it's going to change. So the amount on your stop is going to increase, just like the amount of your profit will, because you're trading a larger size. So you have to be okay with that. You have to accept that added risk where you could potentially be risking twice as much or 50% more on a trade. But very, very good question. That question came from SP King. Very, very, very good question. So that's my perspective on that. And that's actually something that I'm working on now. I've gotten to the point where I'm okay with this certain reps that I have, doing the reps in and out. That's not a problem. But the next phase for me is to now increase the size and then get comfortable with that. Increase the size very slightly. And then once I'm comfortable with that, give myself a month, 2 months, 3 months, give myself a quarter to get comfortable with that size. And it almost becomes like how it was on the smaller size. It becomes not noticeable. And I hope the gym analogy helps. Okay, I think it's time now to do the prize giveaway. So let's do that. Let's get over to the prize giveaway. Thank you everybody for your patience and your support. We are going to be giving away one $5,000 account courtesy of our friends over at City Traders Imperium. So this $5,000 account is going to go to one lucky winner. Check out citytradersimperium.com. Funding traders since 2018. That's a good amount of time. They celebrated their 8-year anniversary as well, just a few weeks ago. So congratulations to City Traders as well for your having your birthday. The names that we have, we only have, is this right? Okay, we got 5 names. Let's do it. So the 5 names that we have are, I'm gonna put these here. Okay, so is that 5? Yes. Okay, so this is the first time we're doing it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got SP King, Divine Miracle, King F, Coco Trade, and Cashier. So that's it. No more. We've gotten everybody to enter for the prize giveaway. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, I wish I had a drum roll, please. I'm going to press, I'm going to click it to spin, and we're going to see who the winner is. Here's the drum roll. It's got to be a better way. The winner of the $5,000 CTI account is King F. Congratulations. There is some clapping going on. Not sure if you can hear that at home, but congratulations to King F. Thank you for everybody who entered. I think this may be the way that we go about doing the prize giveaways from now on. So King F, thank you very much, and congratulations for winning. We will get in contact with you directly. So you will have the keys to a $5,000 CTI account. Congratulations. All right, so we'll see you all tomorrow. We'll be doing the show live with Andrew. Andrew will be joining us tomorrow for the show. And I guess words of wisdom. A lot of congratulations in the group. King F says, let's go. Let's go. Everybody's congratulating. Good team spirit. Words of wisdom for today is, sometimes the strategy is going to get tested. Sometimes your patience is going to get tested. Sometimes things are not going to work out, especially in this business. But I think those who are consistent and those of you who are dedicated to this, and it goes beyond dedication to the point where you have to persevere through everything. You also are going to have people who are going to tell you that this is gambling and this is not, it's not possible to do this. But you're going to have to kind of just get through the noise, push through the noise, and you'll be rewarded in the end if you just stick with it. And don't let the negative energy, the negative thoughts, the negative words keep you from your goal. And I think you'll definitely succeed. That's it for me today. I ain't got nothing else. So with that, I'm going to say have a wonderful day. Today's Thursday, the 9th of October. Government shutdown still going on, and markets are still running. Markets have not cared one bit, with the exception of gold probably speeding up its rally higher. So we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be back to do this all again. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support as well. Thank you for watching these shows. We really appreciate everybody joining and posting in the chat, giving us your thoughts and giving us some of your wins as well. Nice to see some quantum trades doing well. It's always nice to see other people's wins. It's inspirational and motivational. So with that, I'm going to say have a wonderful day, everybody. And until next time, happy trading.